Good morning. Brr. It got cold. They had some snow yesterday. We finished the tillage work over the weekend here. Dad finished it up the last day. So we are done with the disc, we're done with the rippers, all that stuff. However, he had just a little problem on the disc right as he was finishing. He said he was making the third pass on the ends in the last field and lost a bearing hanger. Not a bearing. So we made it the whole fall without a bearing going out. That's good, because we've had all kinds of trouble with this disc. But supposedly, lost one of these pieces somewhere. I don't know where exactly. But rather than unhooking this and then being surprised in the spring when we forget that we did that, we thought maybe we should put it in the shop today and fix it. And we've got a couple of other things that could use some attention on this. Yeah, right there. Before we unhook it and are done with it. So I'm going to see if I can get this tractor to start. It's pretty cold out. We'll go put it in the shop, let it start warming up, and we might have to make a parts run. Oh, she's not real happy about it. But it started. Oh man, it fits, but barely. Barely. Okay, so we've got to fix this hanger. Right there. Which I should support that while it's there, but okay, so that's one thing we've got to do. Another thing that we need to do, I can't really show you right now, but that mainframe wheel walking tandem there, the walking tandem beam is super loose. Those wheels just kind of wiggle all over the place. And so there's a bushing kit that we need to get and put in there. I thought we had one. We don't. Apparently we've used it. I'm debating whether we do all four of them. That one is super bad compared to the other ones. The other ones have a little bit of wiggle in them, the wing wheels and the other mainframe, but they're not nearly as bad as that one. So definitely gonna do one. I'm debating whether I do all four or not. Probably depends on how much that part costs. And I see we have some broken bolts on our rolling basket back here. That one there isn't a real big deal. That one that's missing three. Yeah, that's okay. That's not good. So when the ground starts getting frozen, that happens. Yeah, that's, yeah, it's all right. We got it done. So we're going to let this warm up while I run and get some parts. Brock's going to be here in a couple of hours, and we're going to spend the day working on this, I guess. Well, I found a few bolts that will work in these back here, but I think I need to get a few more on hand. I should go look. I got one more spot I can go look. And I found we've got a hanger for that blade bearing thing that we're missing over there and a bolt and everything. So we're good there, but I need the, what do I need? The spindle, the bushings for the walking tandem there. So I think I'm going to head to the dealer and start getting them. I tried calling them and they're supposed to be calling me back, but I'm going to head that way and start getting stuff. Brock will be here at 11, like I said, so he can get that blade mounted and start working on this before I get back, I think. Go from my John Deere salesman. They're on their way to get the 9RX and take it back. Asked me to start it for them. Well, impressive, fired right up. It's cold, so we're gonna let that sit there and idle. They should be here relatively soon. And it'll be gone when we get back. Man, it was fun while it lasted, though. That's a pretty sweet tractor. Also, project for later today. One, we've got a seed truck coming this afternoon, but I need to finish my Christmas lights on my house. I was working on them yesterday. Having a man lift man makes it go much easier. There's our parts. I decided to only get one of those walking tandem bushing things because, I don't know, I didn't think the other ones were that bad. One of them is really bad. We're just gonna fix the one. If they were all the same and they had the same bushing kit for wings as the mainframe, I would have gotten a second one and just put it on the shelf, but they're different. So these guys are close enough, it's not that big a deal. Anyway, they got some stuff. You need a used Hardy sprayer. Holy crap, they got a bunch of them here at Paul Martin's Napoleon. This is a good dealership. They do a good job. All right, so we got our stuff. Brock's here. I'm gonna start working on this thing. So this is the bearing hanger that Dad lost, the bolt that goes on it. I have one that we had already over there with the bolt on it and stuff, so we just got to get that gang kind of jacked up and into the holder and get it bolted back up there. That's a pretty quick, easy fix. Shouldn't take much. We'll use the old one up. I got a second one just so we have a spare one on the shelf because we didn't have any more, and we've lost 2 of them this fall, so better have one on the shelf. And then we're going to go through and check the bolts on all of the rest of them. So it's these 2 bolts here, hold these hangers up. I'm just going to go through and snug them all up because we did have most of them off, or all of them off, back in September before fall when we changed the blades on stuff. So yeah, we'll get those fixed. All right, well, we got that hung back up there. Should be good. We just need to go check the rest of them. All right, so Brock's going through and tightening up the rest of those bolts. We have some broken ones back here. Did I show you this yet? I think I showed you this. Yeah, I did. So we're gonna use the jack here and see if we can't get that into place. We might have to loosen the 2 that are already on there to get that back into where it needs to be. Well, this isn't working real good. It's kind of twisted in there. I'm wondering if I set it down on the ground, it'll square it up a little better. Maybe? I don't know. We gotta wait for him to get done tightening bolts up. Got it! That trick worked. Lift it back up. And we'll just tighten, put the extra bolt in and tighten everything up.
So, here we are. Nathan went to lunch. Told me to grease all the grease zerks on it and tighten those bolts back, holding the baskets back there that we put in, and then put it up on a stand because we've got a problem with these walking tandems right here, and I'll show you. So with these walking tandems, there's a bearing right there, but or a bushing, but I don't know if you can. Let me back up here. They're not supposed to go side to side like this. That's not a front to back, that's a side to side. So that's a problem. I think he's got parts over there. So we're going to take both of these tires off and hopefully get that fixed right up in there. But I think it's right up in here is the problem. I don't know if it's just wore out or what, but we're going to find out.
Okay, well, I went to lunch and Brock got this all apart, so I didn't get to film it for you. So, sorry. Anyway, we got to replace the bushings in there. You don't have that done yet, do you?
I do not.
Okay. So we should clean that piece up, and then in here there's, or at least was, a bushing. I believe it is gone. Put the new ones in. It should go together pretty easily, actually. I'm going to clean this thing up a little bit so it's a little easier to work on. This is the old shaft. You can see there's some wear to it. It's not horrible. There definitely is some. It does come with a new one in the kit, so what about that? And then here's the new bushings. And there's a couple of seals because there's grease in it. And then, yeah, washers, the nut. There's a drill bit, but I don't think we need that because I think that's for, we've already done it. We've already done this once. They used to have just a thread for a grease zerk, real small, in there, and you got to drill it out and put a plug in or something, and I don't know. We'll have to look at it. It's on that piece. Definitely worn there. Yeah, there's a piece that's just totally broken out of there, almost missing. So we got to take this grease zerk fitting out. I think there's one on the bottom, a plug. and then we should be able to knock that out of there. I'd say there's a piece missing because that's all that was in there. It fit that light. That's, yeah. All right, we got to get what's left of that out of there and try and press the new one in. Tried to get that in our press, but with those hubs on there, it does not fit. And I know how difficult those hubs are to remove because we did one last year. Now, it was that one, and it might come out easy, but we've got it blocked up here. That bushing is moving. We're just giving it some love taps with a sledgehammer. Much harder than that when I can do it with two hands, though. Got it.
Yeah, he just needed my help.
What?
Don't need me to stand back.
Don't need you to stand back anymore. We got it. Now we got to clean that up and put the new one in. So here's the new one. And if you look in there, you can see there's kind of two smaller inner bushings, the split in the middle where the hole is there for the greaser. This one, those two are both gone completely. That'd be the problem. So, just got to press this back in there. Hopefully easier than the old one came out. New seals on either side. New shaft. Put it all back together. Alright, new bushing is in. Seals are in. So now I think we're ready to wheel this thing back over there and try and stick the pin through it. Let's see how we do. We should sweep the floor up first. Now, are we supposed to just hammer on that, or is there a torque spec? I'm guessing there's a torque spec somewhere. Slotted nut on the pivot pin, tightened to 750 to 900 foot-pounds. Okay, that's tight. Tight as you can get it. Here we go. So it begins. Full truckload of corn coming in. Corn from my dealership, not the guy I'm storing for, so got to segregate it. I still haven't got this trailer out of here, but we're working on that. And yeah, we're gonna stuff it in that corner. Well, that's a pile of corn right there. We got 10 boxes, 6 pallets. Probably the most I've ever taken in one delivery. Maybe not, I don't know, but that's a big one. That's more corn than we will plant on our farm. So for the first delivery of the year, we're in good shape. We'll let him pull out of here. We'll get our door closed and get back to work, I guess. The old Chevy needed an oil change, so I had Brock do that for me. 218,000 miles on it. Should be good to go, although it's on the trade docket. I need a better truck for delivering all this seed, so we're going to end up getting rid of this one, I think. All right, well, getting that disc taken care of today was a big project and a good thing to get done. So I am happy that that is done. I think we're just going to throw this in the press punch bin. Scrap steel might come in handy for something someday. What's next? That's the thing. What is next? So obviously we need to start working on the combine and get that in here and cleaned off and everything. It is very, very cold out right now. I'm kind of waiting for a little bit of a warmer spell to be able to blow stuff off with some air and then start power washing. It's miserable to do it when it's 28 degrees or 25 degrees out like it is right now. So we don't really have to, so we're not going to. We do have some work to do to the grain cart. We could get that in the shop here and work on that. But we can't leave it hooked up to a tractor, and it needs to be power washed as well. So I don't know if I want to do all that at once or just wait until it's warmer and we can wash it first and then work on it kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. We got a hydraulic hose that we got to get replaced, and we've got some bolts that we got to replace as well on there. So that's on the list of things to do. We're going to get to this stuff, just kind of waiting on a little bit better weather, which I know it's going to be getting worse, not better, but we should still get some opportunity to do some stuff outside a little bit. We will power wash in the shop here, probably more than we should, But I would like to at least get the heavy stuff and spend a few days doing it outside first, especially on things like the grain cart and a bean head and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at with everything. I don't know what else I'm going to do today other than maybe go work on my Christmas lights, but it's 25 degrees and windy. It's not fun to do that. Not at all. Burr. All right. We've been putting Christmas lights up. I had basically from there that way already done. I'll show it to you in just a second. So we had to go up that peak, around this corner, over there, and I just went all the way down that side. I'll show you what I'm using here in a minute. I didn't show you when I was doing it because, well, it's too hard to get the phone out of my pocket with all these clothes on. Ryland's flipping the switch for me. Nice. I'll make sure we don't have any bulbs that aren't lit before I take the man lift out of here. Looks good. Excellent. Okay. Park the man lift back out there. So I got the star on the north side of the barn, which you can see from the main road out there. We've also got the star on our grain leg. And then I had these white ones on our old house before we built here and moved. And we spent a lot of time and effort trying to figure out what to do for Christmas lights in a house. It's okay. We came up with blue and green, which I really like the blue and green. I was hoping to get away from these all the ones I use are C7 light bulbs. I actually really like them because I can customize it and I can like cut the wire to fit and I can add plugs where I need them. Like these are all plugged into one outlet. They are LED bulbs, so they're still pretty low amp draw. I'd have to do the math on them, but you can plug a whole bunch of them into one outlet with no issues on one switch, one circuit. And like I said, I can customize, go around all those little roof returns and the different peaks and stuff, and they work really well. I like them. I wonder if I should turn the white lights off underneath. Yeah, we'll add to a little bit every year kind of thing. The only thing I would like to do yet is maybe outline my garage doors. I'm thinking about doing that. So this is what I use. It's just a light cord with these C7 bulb sockets attached every foot or 12 inches on center. We got these OptiCore C7 LED bulbs. These ones happen to be smooth. They do make a faceted one, blue and green. And then I can have all of these that are a little vampire style where it just pierces through, and I can add this plug anywhere I want. And I can add these, and I ran out of the white ones so I had to go get my old green ones, but I can add ends to it anywhere I need an end, and yeah, works really well.